As it's me, it's Queen Norset Haru, and I'm coming to you today with another exciting edition of Ask An Aquarius. So if you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Now, a lot of people ask me this question over and over again. And I addressed it many moons ago, like a year ago, but I don't think people really understood the complexity of what I was talking about because they keep asking me, and then I tell them to watch that video, and then they say, but why? So I'm like, okay, let me talk about this a little bit further. People want to know, what is the deal with Aquarius and emotions? Why is this such a problem for Aquarius? Well, I'm going to tell you flat out. Emotions distract us. We don't like our own emotions. If I have a very heavy emotion like anger or sadness, it could ruin my whole day. I could spend my whole day crying or ranting about whatever this something is. Like I said before, I'm a dragon. Aquarius energy, a lot of us have that, kind of aggressive kind of energy. Then I have this Sagittarius moon. So I'm a dragon all day. If I get upset about something, I will be ranting, I'll be raving, I will be set off. I might even snap and I might choke somebody out, quite frankly. So I have to know my limitations and I have to keep myself in a place where I am calm. So Aquarius don't like emotion because we know how we will respond to it. And it might not be great. If it's sadness, I could cry for days. I mean, I could cry for a long time. Like literally, depends on how hurt I am by it. If it's something that really hurts me, I could cry for days. I don't get nothing done. I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to talk to nobody. I mean, it just ruins everything. So as an Aquarius, over the years, what I learned is that I needed to stop myself before I spiral out of control. Because once I spiral, then I have to deal with all the spiraling. So it's best to just deal with it beforehand. How do you do that? You detach from emotions. You stay away from people who set you off. You stay away from situations that make you sad or angry. You stay away from things that are going to put you in that space. And one of those things that puts you in that space is other people coming at you. I put myself in a position where I don't have to go back and forth with other people, where I'm not arguing with other people. That's why you'll notice I don't argue with people. When somebody says something rude to me, I block them and delete them. I don't argue with them. If it's a person in my life, I'll block them and delete them. I don't sit there and argue with them, go back and forth with them. I'm right, you're wrong. I don't do that because I know that that person doesn't realize how psychotic I might get. That person does not realize if they push me too far, I might stand up outside their house ready to choke them. I do know that. I know that my temper and my fuse is short. So I keep myself away from situations where I may snap. I keep myself away from situations too that will hurt me. If I know somebody or something can hurt me, I stay away from it. So when dealing with Aquarius energy, that's what it is. People will be like, well, how come you couldn't just tell so-and-so that you didn't want to see him no more? Because if I told so-and-so I didn't want to see him no more, then they was going to be like, well, why? I don't understand. And people are quick to get nasty with you. People are quick to throw up their emotions on you. And once you throw up your emotions on me, I'm going to exercise self-discipline. I'm going to exercise restraint. But it only goes so far. My fuse is short, like I said before, typical Aquarius. So I know that about myself. So to keep myself from getting into bad situations, I have to keep myself from those situations. So when somebody asks me, well, why would you ghost somebody and not tell them? Because I didn't want to deal with them throwing up their emotions on me and then having to deal with their emotions and my reactions to their emotions. And then let's keep it real. I'm already done with this person. So what the hell am I sitting here talking to them about it for? Quite frankly, that was my thought process. I'm done. I'm done. The relationship is over. So I'm sitting here explaining to you it's over for what? For what? I'm gone. Go about your business. And that's how I always looked at it. But as I got older, compassion kicked in. So I said, look, just tell them. You ain't got to go through the back and forth with them, but just tell them. Look, you cool, I'm not with it. Tell them. Don't sit there and just disappear and leave them wondering what happened. So that's the only difference that has happened to me from maturity and really from doing this channel. Because I've heard so many people from this channel talk about how they negatively responded or felt after an Aquarius ghosted them, or how hurt they were, or how long it took them to get over it. So I said to myself, okay, that's not cool either. So that's why I started doing it. It was because of you guys. Seriously. Because of the people that wrote me and told me that it happened to them and how they felt about it. Otherwise, I probably still wouldn't care. It was you guys that really pointed out that compassion to me, which I'm very grateful for. But you have to understand that Aquarius do not like emotion, and that's not going to change. And bitching at us about it is not going to make it change either. We don't like it. We don't, like I said, we don't like our own. We do our best with it. We do our best with other people's. We know that it's important, especially when somebody's hurting or crying or something. We know that it's important, but we avoid it because of the fact, like I said, we're not feeling it. It's hard for us. Every sign has something that's difficult for them to deal with. For Aquarius, it's emotion. So what we do is we detach from that. We detach from the situation, and if the person keeps on throwing up their emotions on us, we detach from the person. So it's not because we're cold, it's not because we're heartless, it's because we have a hard time dealing with it. I remember crying and crying and crying, when something had happened to me, and so hard. I remember, like I told you guys, one time I was crying so hard I threw up. I was just crying and crying, and I could not get control of myself. I could not stop crying. I could not get myself to let it go. Every time I thought about it again, I cried again. Yeah, and it took a while for me to get that energy out. The same thing with anger. The same thing with frustration. It's really hard, especially those negative emotions. Positive emotions are easier for me to deal with. Happiness, joy, love, those kind of things are, of course, easier to deal with. But if they're negative emotions, I have a really hard time with them. And a lot of Aquarius tell me they're the same way. So we stay away from them, bottom line. So if you come across an Aquarius and you find them to be doing something along those lines, attaching or something like that, it's because they're trying to get away from those negative emotions that they know will overtake them. And you may not understand that. You may not even think that it makes sense. You might not even think it is logical. But if you love that Aquarius, then you need to give them that space, that room. Because the bottom line is that if you don't give them that space and you keep on throwing up your emotions on them, you're going to lose them. We're not going to stick around for that. We can't. It's not even so much that we're not. We can't. We can't do that. And in a lot of cases, people have come to me and they're saying to me, well, I wanted them to deal with it with me. That's not the Aquarius. If we're in a relationship with somebody and they have emotions about something, we can talk through things. We can work through things too. But all that screaming and hollering and all of that, we can't. That's not healthy for anybody anyway, and we can't do that. And somebody had told me that their Aquarius was really cold, and I said, well, what did they do? And she was like, well, every time I cry or I'm upset about something, my Aquarius gets really quiet. And I was like, that's just because your Aquarius is having a hard time dealing with your emotion. Your Aquarius loves you, but when you go through those emotions, your Aquarius has a hard time. Because even though it's not our emotions, somebody once said to me they didn't think that Aquarius were empathic. A person who's empathic is a person who picks up on other people's emotions and feels them very strongly. And they can tell what's wrong with somebody just from their vibration. And a lot of Aquarius actually are empathic. The difference is that Aquarius are capable, we're like the best empaths in the world because we're capable of detaching from the energy. We're capable of recognizing too, oh, this isn't my energy, this is somebody else's, and figuring out whose it is and detaching from it. The Aquarius who's empathic knows how to do that. I do it all the time. I can walk into a store, I can pick up on somebody's emotion, feel it, see it, recognize it, cut that shit right off. We're not going there today. I don't allow myself anymore to take on other people's emotions. But before, when I was younger and I didn't know any better, I did. So a lot of Aquarius are empathic. A lot of Aquarius feel things very deeply, and we just know how to detach from the feelings. We're skilled at it. We're very skilled at it. It just takes us a little bit of time to learn it, and once we learn it, we got it. So that's my thing about Aquarius and emotion. It is difficult for us the same way that different signs have struggles with different things. For example, Libras have a difficult time making decisions. It is what it is, and you can't berate the Libra for for having a hard time and being indecisive. It's just who they are. And it's the same thing with Aquarius. That's just who we are. Emotion is not our strongest point. So if you're in a relationship, or if you love an Aquarius, and if you can give them that understanding, and if you can be calmer when you talk through difficult situations with them, you'll get more out of them. But if you snap on an Aquarius, if you yell at an Aquarius, if you come at our neck, if you say something, out of pocket to us online, you could pretty much guarantee that your Aquarius they're going to walk from you. They're going to cut you. They're going to stop talking to you. There's people blocked from this channel right now because they flipped on me. They flipped on me in the comments, and I was like, okay. You're going over there forever now, So that's just who and what we are, because we know our responses to something like that is not going to be what we want. I don't want to spend my day arguing with people online. So I'm not going to respond to that negative energy. I don't want to spend my time responding to negativity. I don't want to spend time giving negativity a platform. So I have a agenda. I have a very serious agenda about what I want to spend my time on, and that's not it. So I want to spend my time on healing. I want to spend my time on helping other people heal. I want to spend my time on positivity, manifestation, getting this paper. I want to spend my time on building this beautiful empire that I want to leave for my grandkids. I want to spend time doing those things, not ranting and raving and cussing somebody out on the internet that I don't know, that's never going to know me. Seriously. So when it comes to that, understand that Aquarius we have a difficult time with that. Now, another thing, if you have a situation or something you want to discuss with your Aquarius, something that is problematic, something that is sad or harmful, you can discuss these things. You just have to present it to your Aquarius in such a way that is not hysterical. It's not that hard. Hey, can we talk about this? Hey, I'm having a problem. Can we chat? Hey, I need some help with this. It's very simple. But when you come in, it's like, yo, da 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 da, and we're like, whoa. All of that. Take it back there. We just don't do good with that. Come at the Aquarius. I had once given you guys a link, and I'm going to give it to you guys again today. There's a link to a book about nonviolent communication. And the book is all about how to talk about painful situations without getting angry and talking about them with empathy. That is how you approach the Aquarius. Because honestly, you'll get a lot more out of us like that. If you approach the Aquarius with empathy, if you approach the Aquarius in a manner like you want to talk in a manner that what I'm going to call nonviolent, if you approach the Aquarius like that, you'll get a much better result. If you approach the Aquarius in the other way, you're not going to get the result that you want, if any result at all. Okay, so that's what the deal is. We don't like emotion. We don't like dealing with it. As we get older, we learn how to deal with it, but it's never going to be a time where negative emotions are going to be easy for us. So if you can help your Aquarius in those ways, you'll get a lot more out of your Aquarius. See you later.